Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for wherever you may be, and welcome back to more coverage of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament here on Speed Gaming. My name is the Crazy Dude, and with me today for this matchup is Demon Battler. Hello, Demon.
Hello, hello, and welcome back. This is going to be entertaining to watch.
When is Randomizer ever not entertaining me?
Good point.
Anyway, this matchup that we have for you this time is DLP316 versus ArcadeRiot91. We'll be doing, unlike what we just saw a little bit ago, this will be both races. Yeah, so we'll see both flag sets in action this time.
Oh yeah, and honestly, the first two, seeing the first race was fun, and now we get to see the second flag set kickoff as well. This is going to be a good start to the tournament.
It sure will, especially after how much action was going on for the very first race of the year. All right. We still have quite a little bit of time remaining before the race truly kicks off, but I still want to know right now, what's the first world we're going to see for this first seed?
I'm going to be bold and say World 7. I'm going to expect the Pipe Maze to kick it off.
Wow, you rolled the seed and are already predicting pain?
It's what I do.
You know what? Why not? I'll go along with that. I see a 2 in a chat, see a 7, a 6, a 4, another 2. Okay. Some solid choices, I feel. A 9. Oh, now you're just talking silly.
I was going to say, that would mean that we need to go talk with Fred and get something fixed.
Either that or you're playing New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Four with a mandatory 7-5 with Boss Bass. Wow! Violence of the nth degree.
Okay, I'm evil. I'm not that evil.
I mean, I tried to be unbiased as well. Anyway, it's nice that the tournament's finally back, because I've been waiting for quite a while, basically all spring, for it to come back, and I'm glad it's here again. And I'm sure everyone else is glad it's back again too. Oh, that's the Warp Island? That shows how much I haven't really paid attention to the original Mario 3. And it looks like we're underway! And it's World 5, and it's a forced draw.
Ooh, and to start it off with one of the beta stages.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with 1.5 beta, because it does not have any power-ups, so it can sneak up on you if you're not careful enough.
Oh yeah.
See what I mean right there?
Yeah, that's a rough start for Arcade. So DLP is going to get a slight lead going into this.
Could also be a matter of feeling things out, too. And we have the block frame for it on... Hey, wait a second. I'm sure it's nothing too big of a deal.
Oh, it's actually interesting that 541 is 541 effectively.
Yeah,
just not in the same position.
Exactly. There goes, there goes Boom Boom. Though.
Yep. So only about a stage difference right now, so I mean that's easy to catch up on.
Ooh, and chat brings up a good point. This is a forced draw up the tower.
True. That could be important as well. But I mean, then again, the tower itself usually isn't randomized to be that bad, so
Yeah, it's just gonna come down to where the pipe spits you out.
Yeah.
Oh! DLP choosing to play the other fort and get super tanks.
And Arcade takes down Boom Boom.
Meanwhile, ArcadeRiot's going straight up, banking on hopefully not needing that other fort. We're about to see who's going to pay off on it.
Oh yeah, because if this turns out to pay off, that could be a huge swing in Riot's favor. I will say though, I'm a little iffy on Riot skipping the Hammer Brothers, just because of the fact that end cards are disabled here, so skipping out on a few chances for some early items might not be the best idea.
That is correct. Especially if it ends up being a hammer, and those hammers end up possibly breaking a lock. Okay. Right. ArcadeRiot's at the top. Let's see what happens. It's free!
Oh, that is big.
Suddenly, ArcadeRiot has the lead.
Yep. That first mistake in the beta stage now is completely cleaned.
Yeah, but it's a slight lead, but still, it's...
Yeah, it's a lead, not the lead.
Three hits, I believe, on Roy?
I think that might have been 4, but I'm not too sure.
Well, regardless, down it goes. And it is 338 on the screen flash for ArcadeRiot, and it looked like 340. So...
only about a 2 to 3 second difference, so definitely really close here.
Yeah, very much a dead heat so far. Ooh, guess is already in for the next world.
Looks like a lot of 7s.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say yes on 7 as well. I'm sure you do too, right?
I'm gonna go and switch it to 6.
Oh, and we already have a hammer suit from the letter, and there it is, World 7. And now it's a see the fort, play the fort situation from all appearances, as we get the Navy on both ends. Looking like they're both playing it a bit cautiously, but still going along very at a brisk speed. DLP first in the pipe takes a slight lead back.
Yeah, slight mistake, everyone. This is, in fact, the Air Force.
Yeah. In my defense, I haven't called commentary in quite a hot minute, so bear with me.
In fairness, it is also all Bowser's military, so it's about the same level of competence, so does it really matter?
That's true, too.
And I believe this is 5-7, I think?
It's either it's either 5-6 or 5-7. I have a hard time delineating some of the stages. Okay, I have a secondary question. Do you think we're gonna find the pipe that goes to the room with a view? Well, hold that thought. Looks like we're not gonna get the answer to that, because now we have the 1.6 beta. Gotta be careful with this one, because if you're not careful enough, the enemies can come in over the top and just mangle you.
Oh yeah. The number of fire snakes and fire chomps in this stage it's just terrifying if you don't have a lot of power-ups.
Yeah, looks like it is a free World 7, so...
And there's our first instance of this seed for the Faster Sun kicking off.
Yeah, it kicks off for 4-1 here. Very straightforward.
And DLP has taken back a very slight lead. Night Shifter, I rolled this seed, and honestly, I will take a baby seed for once. Usually, I have the worst things you can create.
Oh,
So,
we're talking like 4 bridges in World 8.
honestly, that might be something entertaining to see.
You know, I'd love to watch it once just to see it happen.
I don't think I've ever seen it happen, to come to think of it.
I know it happened at least once in the last few years of the tournament being held.
Oh, so, yeah, Cranky Hero. This is a tweak to the randomizer for the settings. Normally, the sun, whenever it shows up, will take about the equivalent of half a stage to kick in and start moving. Instead, now it's set to where when it shows up, it'll usually start moving at, what is it, like the first screen turn, like the first screen movement, basically?
Oh, we got Heavy Ludwig, but only 2 hits.
Little bit of a rockabye right there.
And still, probably, I want to say less than a 10-second lead.
Yeah, very sure. It's still very small, and considering we're only 2 worlds in, going into 3, that's kind of a big deal. Oh, there's World 6. Okay. So I'm just falling behind by like 1 stage, or 1 world at this point with my predictions.
I didn't even guess this time. Rather precarious on this layout. Ooh, DLP gambling on this fort, maybe breaking the lock. That's right in front of where to go.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that DLP didn't try with the hammer to see if it'll break the lock.
I think I think you need to play the stage first in order to do that. I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe. I don't think so, but I haven't had this situation before, so I'm not too sure. But I guess we'll find out, because Arcade's going for the stage.
Yeah. Regardless, we'll have our answers soon enough about whether or not hammers break locks.
Yep.
Because I think one was picked up at one point.
Oh, and that fort did not break the lock, so if this hammer breaks, then that's kind of... Oh, it doesn't.
Oh,
so,
that's too bad. And
and
now ArcadeRiot's gonna get the bad news.
Yep. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's going to be any major lead change just yet. And it looks like DLP is going to finish the level in order to try to see if the lock will work too, so...
Chat bringing up a good point, too, that maybe it's still required anyway, so...
Maybe. And DLP finding out the bad news.
Did we see where this pipe went? Oh, yeah, this is where they came from.
Yeah. The other one's just locked behind the rock.
So, looks like there's going to be a little bit of work involved getting all these, and...
Oh, DLP actually had a decent idea right there to use the hammer.
That's pretty smart, all things considered, since they don't break the locks.
Riot looks like he tried to go for the little wall jump in 6-9, but I'm actually not too sure if that works as Big Mario. Oh,
now
and there's the Navy.
Where's Riot going?
I think he might be a little bit lost. There we go.
There you go.
Truth be told, I didn't even know there was a wall right there.
And now to get our answer, did that break the lock? It did! And we'll need to at least play one stage to find out if there's nothing else to be done. Or what have you.
Right. Ooh, hammer to the face for DLP, but he's still trucking.
Keeping on, keeping on.
And honestly, that star is a good thing right there, because the Fire Bros are always a pain to deal with, especially as a surprise.
All right. No more locks, no more bridges, perhaps? Yep. Was he seriously thinking about frog suit strats?
I don't know if he was necessarily thinking frog suit strats, but more he might have just done that, thought about it maybe for a free hit and have easy fire, Big Mario. But World 7 is definitely one airship that you would not want to be Frog Mario for, because jumping across to get, even just to get that hit to be Big Mario, that is way too difficult there.
Yeah, but you gotta sometimes wonder with how long they hang on the item screen.
True. And unfortunately, DLP did not manage to get the off-screen wand grab.
Yeah, gave it a good shot though.
Night Shifter pointed out only 2 hits for Lemmy this time too, so little bit weak on these Koopalings so far.
I'm sure. Yeah, they'll bone up later on. 1.
I'm gonna say 3.
Another hammer.
Split the middle.
And we have 3 Fort 1. AKA door 6.
Or door 3 if you're courageous.
I still keep hearing stories on people pounding the pavement for asking Fred to randomize these doors, and I'm like, oh, why? Why?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I think it'd be fun for memes, but I don't know if I necessarily want to turn that into a full-blown tournament. That'd be rough.
That'd be fun for a meme seed during the weekly, but not during a tournament setting. Or even a Plando.
Oh, 2-3 with Boss Bass.
Ooh, you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Now the good thing is, once this stage is done, we'll see where the pipe goes and whether or not there's another fort hiding in the back.
DLP losing fire, but I don't think they care too much.
And meanwhile, Riot is coming into World 2 now, so only about 2 stages behind, which isn't too bad. Oh, they get another hammer. I didn't even notice that earlier.
Yeah, meaning they'll probably end up using that one to break the rock.
Probably. Or maybe not.
We get 1-2 now with more Boss Bass.
And it looked like... Did Riot try for door 3?
I actually wasn't paying all that much attention. I was too entranced by 1-2, I think. Chat confirming that he did.
You know what? Props to him for trying.
Let's see what we got next.
3-7.
Oh, another Boss Bass!
Oh, it's a good thing he shot the fireball when he did, because otherwise he would have been lunch.
I think one of our racers from one of our competitors from the last race was a bit critical of the lack of Boss Bass. Well, here they are.
Seeing Boss Bass all the time is something that is fun when you're not the one actively dealing with him.
Exactly.
And World 6 airship for the end of the desert.
Ooh, DLP trying to go fire kill. Gets it.
Yep. Nice.
That's how it's done usually if you're trying to go fire kill. Yeah, because you want to get it well after you've jumped on them and they can't do anything else.
Midi Guy's got a good point. Double hammer strats at this point might be a big turning point for Riot.
Yeah, it could be a matter of if there's a quick pipe at the start of World 3. Speaking of, let's have 3 next. And another hammer from the letter.
Denied once again.
I see the fort. Play the fort for DLP again.
Honestly, not a bad idea, especially when the other pipe is just going to take you to the other side of the island anyway.
Did we get any insight on whether or not a bridge had to be built? Yeah.
I don't think I noticed, but usually on these seeds it kind of does require a bridge, so I wouldn't be surprised. The main question is going to be just, will this fort do it?
Oh, a bridge did need to be built, and it was!
Alright, so let's see where this pipe goes. Oh, and the freebie.
Speaking of freebie...
And another hammer!
A free leaf, but DLP saying, I'm okay with my fire, but another hammer. Ooh, this could be big.
Wow. I'm really starting to think I lost my touch on the seed rolling.
How do fish move around on the ground? Very carefully.
Yep.
Heavy Iggy. Three hits, though.
This is actually kind of neat, though. Like, yeah, they're a world difference right now, but that's still only like a stage and a hammer brother. And it's actually kind of cool to see them almost like in tandem with it, too. So we have left 1 and 3 to see before we get into the darkness.
3. I'm
gonna say 1.
I want those double hammer strats to come into play now. Anchor. And would you look at that?
See, this is where it's tough. On one hand, it is possible that the double hammer might actually be really useful. The problem is, with the two forts right next to each other back to back, it's almost not really worth it.
Well, we'll still see whether or not DLP makes the play.
True. And Riot takes down Boom Boom. Oh yeah, I could definitely see this.
Making the play.
Oh, he's trying for it. Let's see what happens. Let's see where these locks are.
Oh, we have one more answer.
Oh, we see 3 bridges, or 3 forts, though.
Ooh.
So there might still be something there.
Oh, they're gonna have to dig a little deeper.
And DLP is in, I believe, 4 Fort 1, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's correct.
And Riot is now coming into World 3, so...
Get side-thwomped right there. Oh, but finds a star. You know what to do, chat.
Orb. Oh, that's a good point. There is a potential chance that there could be a lock on the hidden island with all the power-ups, too.
Yeah, this is true. But on the other side, there could also be there could have been a lock on the castle island.
Also true. And it looks like DLP is just going to clean them all up to get any problems out of the way.
Looks like a okay elevator here in Carpet Fort.
Yep. Oh, he's gonna skip that fort and see what he's got so far.
Oh, it looks like he would have been okay just getting through that first fort you encounter at the start.
Oh, and there's Fort 2.
AKA the Donut Fort.
Once again, they have been in the same world. That's definitely interesting.
That means Arcade Riot could make up a lot of time here. But it looks like they made the play, for the double hammer. But they're going straight to carpet for it.
I don't know. I didn't see if they had made the I didn't see if they went to the other fort though, so that one might make a difference too.
Taking a fair amount of damage there on the first screen. Gonna have to be careful here on the elevator, but again, enemy set shouldn't be an issue. It's just a matter of placement.
Oh, the lag on DLP's screen right there.
Yeah, you tend to see it a lot on the Ice Oasis level.
Wait, what? I didn't realize they had floating blocks up there. I'm gonna have to check that out later. Just out of curiosity now.
The LP's onto the castle.
Oh, Riot just barely avoided getting hit by that, by the fire.
Riot is going top path as well, and taking their time, quite precariously too. But will be rewarded for it with the star, of course.
And DLP gets the fire kill on Wendy. Very nice. All in all, still very close between these two.
Yeah, it's just been a matter of the right pathing here and there. But now we have World 1, and let's see what we got. Only the one fort, I believe.
Only the one fort, but unfortunately it's going to be the long way around.
Yeah, as we get 4-3. Ooh, Arcade Riot taking a hit to Boom Boom there.
Block next to the mushroom house. I don't think that one can break. No, that one can't break, unfortunately.
Now, judging from the placement of where that fort is, I have to think it's World Fort 1. Here at World 1 Fort. Oh, and now we find Piranha Alley. Ooh.
Ooh, 7-8.
Ooh. Takes a hit, but gets power-ups right back.
And Riot's doing really well getting through the airship here.
Taking the bonus pipe. Let's see if they could, just as a shortcut. Doesn't even bother with the big box.
Ooh. It was close, but Riot got the fire kill. Honestly, I'm not surprised, though, that DLP skipped the power-up. Because realistically speaking, unless it turned into something like a hammer suit specifically again, honestly, Fire Flower is not really something that you want to trade away.
This is very true. Those hammer suit boxes are very much at a premium in vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I believe there are only 3 in the game. Possibly 2.
I think there's only 2. Because it's the one in 7-8, and then they have the guaranteed one in World 6.
Yeah, the one in 610.
610? Oh, okay, then there's a different one then. I didn't realize they had one in 610. I'm thinking of I'm just thinking of the Mushroom House in, right above Big 5.
The one in 610 requires fire, though, to get to it.
That's actually interesting. I've never known that. And DLP going through the final airship, which is the World 4 one. Keep your newspapers at home today, though.
Yeah, like the main reason the fire's required is because it's covered by munchers, so you also need the P switch as well. You got to be fast on it. But just like that, we're already on to World 8, so we gotta know, how many bridges are we gonna build this time?
I'm gonna say 2. I feel like 2 is a pretty safe number to go with.
2? That's being generous. 3.
Oh, Dust is just going straight for 0.
Meanwhile, someone choosing violence and saying all 4.
Oh, man.
-1, again with you people. Well, no clues revealed there, and now we have the escalator. Ooh, a star will make going across those spikes pretty easy.
Yep. And Arcade's doing pretty good to avoid all the plants here. Arcade choosing not to take the hidden pipe.
Makes it through just fine. Losing fire, though.
Ooh, DLP has a lot of pipes to pick from.
Yeah, and I noticed that we found the other tank icon, and we know that isn't needed.
And we see 3 forts and a lock all in the same row.
And now we have ice cubes. This is honestly a good chance for ArcadeRiot to make up a little bit of time.
Potentially. Now here's the question, like, if you're DLP, do you just clear out all of these forts to hedge it, or do you actually do like 1 of these or 2 of these and then start looking again?
I think you do clear them all because it's the first race of the year. It's the first tournament race of the year, excuse me, and you just don't want to leave anything to chance.
Ooh, Arcade just getting out of 5-8 alive. That stage is difficult.
DLP handling Piranha Fort just fine, slowing down a little, wanting that power up.
And it's a star, so that actually pays off pretty nicely here.
Won't be enough time to go and finish off Boom Boom, but still, to finish off that first screen won't be too bad.
And down goes Boom Boom.
Ooh, and looks like the anchor was a fire flower.
Ooh, that's interesting. So, okay, so for those who are new to the randomizer, the anchor in vanilla is meant to just basically keep an airship from moving if you die on it. So here, because the airships don't move, they're kind of useless. So the developer actually made it to where they became a wild card. So, and in this case, they randomized into a fire flower.
Yeah,
which in any other fort would have been really nice.
Yeah, it could literally be anything except a hammer.
I'm trying to remember, didn't it used to be able to be a hammer, or was that never a thing?
If it was before I ever started calling action. Oh, and DLP has found the way forward!
I was right, it was 2 bridges. And if DLP can hold on to his hammer suit, that'll be an easy quick kill for Bowser.
We'll see, though.
The Disco Waffles are randomized. on their patterns, so you have to be a little more careful than normal. And Arcade is dealing with Boom Boom here.
DLP's gonna get this on the first try. You watch. These are all practice shots. Don't you worry. See, first try every time. What'd I tell you? Now, you're gonna have to be careful about this because if you blink, you're gonna miss it. Hello, Bowser. Goodbye, Bowser.
And Bowser's off to the dentist.
Ladies, gentlemen, and others, please get your GGs out in chat for DLP316, as they will win race number 1 in this 2-race series as part of their first tournament round. Rather impressive, I might add. That official time is 32 minutes, 28 seconds. But meanwhile, we want to make sure we still cheer on Arcade Riot, because it's all at this stage of the tournament. It's all about getting good times.
Oh yeah. Ooh, getting a small hit off of that thwomp, but still kicking strong. So. And goodbye, Boom Boom.
Being very meticulous, as you rightfully should. Oh, but takes a hit right there.
That one power-up specifically scares me the most out of this whole stage. Because if you're not careful, you're going to hit that block and immediately go straight into the lava.
I can see the justified fear in that part.
And Arcade handles the Boom Boom no problem, which is good, because nothing is worse than dying on the Boom Boom in 7 Fort 2 and having to go through the Piranha Fort all over again.
Oof. I could see ArcadeRiot going straight into the Marinara here and getting a power-up.
Yeah, I could definitely see that too. Oh,
no,
maybe not.
Gonna play it out? That's rather surprising. Maybe the logic here is, it's the very end of the game, I'm probably depleted anyway.
True. Also, once again, Fort Knox and Piranha Fort in the same world together. That's interesting. It's always neat when you see, like, forts from the same world in the same world randomized.
Well, I know a common trend, in previous tournaments was a World 6 fort in World 8.
No, Cranky. There is no quote-unquote drunken hotfoot in the base game. It is in the code, but they don't have that in vanilla, which, honestly, I am really glad about that, because that would make some stages definitely a lot more difficult to actually speedrun consistently.
Oh, what's wrong with a little chaos?
Look, not for nothing. For me, chaos only works when you're banishing a light and a dark, so...
Okay, fair.
Alright, and Arcade's in with the hammer suit and a star for extra security.
Yeah, That should be no problem for the first part there.
Kelly, Drunken Hotfoot is basically like a little community fan term for the little candle flames. Normally, they're kind of like the boos, where if you're not looking at them, they will walk towards you. But sometimes they will have in the randomizer a random one that'll just wander around of its own accord.
Arcade Riot tries once for the clip, and then decides to move on. Ooh, these fireballs! Oh, that was a bad one right there.
Yeah, some of these patterns can be really rough.
Yeah, no troll laser at least.
However, depending on what Arcade decides to do here, we might see an interesting little quirk of Bowser's hitbox. You actually don't, if you stand in Bowser's way, as long as you don't touch his head, you actually will not take damage.
Yeah. Now I've heard that that this is even true for the All Stars version, but I don't exactly remember that happening.
Yeah, that one's a little tough. I don't remember. All right, one more jump and we should be good.
Look out below.
There we go.
I warned you, Bowser. You needed to look out. All right, get your GGs out for Arcade Riot as they finish up their first race. And that official time is 38 minutes, 10 seconds. All in all, a rather respectable first run. Oh, what do you say we do this all again, except slightly different? That sound good? I think that sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
All right, then. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll set that all up, and we'll even explain it all. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and do it. So don't go anywhere.
Alright, everyone. Welcome back, and I am Demon Battler once again, along with the Crazy Dude,
Hi.
and we're about to get started on the second race of the night here. So, these are going to have a slight difference in the flag set here. Basically, the big differences are going to be that the levels are actually going to be shifted around inside their own worlds. So, for example, 1-1 will still be in World 1, but it might be placed at where World 1-4 would be, for example. But the forts are still going to be randomized entirely. Let's see. I just saw it and my mind went blank.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going to be talking about. There was a specific thing that was also going to be mentioned as part of this, but basically there were other flags that were going to be used as part of this, but because of a current bug in the current randomizer, you may end up getting a seed where the abandoned fort or World 7 Fort 1 may spit you out in a bottomless pit. And to compensate for that, we've actually enabled frog friendly for this, so that doesn't happen.
Right. So, and what that means is that for certain stages, they're going to have it's going to adjust the stage specifically so that if you have a frog suit active, it'll put the pipes and whatnot in a way to where you can still catch them. So, like, say, Fort Knox, the pipe, I believe that normally you have to use a tail to fly up to. I think it moves it all the way down now.
Yeah, another good example is the loop in World 6.
Alright, it looks like they're about to start things off, so...
Alright, speaking of World 6, let's see that first.
Alright.
Why not start with a little violence?
I'm gonna say World 7 again. I doubted myself before.
And we're on the opposite end. We start with 2. And we have ice cubes already. Star will make the first part of this rather free and easy.
So how is there an ice fort in the middle of the desert?
Sometimes you just learn not to question things.
True. I guess it's Big John likes to say you don't question Nintendo's logic, so...
Yeah,
Ooh.
like, anytime you start to apply real-world logic into video games, that's playing with fire.
Nintendo Fire? God, I apologize for that one. That was an awful, I don't even know if that's a reference or a pun.
And we now find the sand trap.
Little less scary without the sun itself, but... Oh, and DLP got caught up in the twister.
Let's see if Riot gets a lead. It's pretty even. Maybe...
Oh,
now we're about even.
Dust actually mentioning a good thing in the comments, too. In the ice level, the one tall hole in the ice wall is now 2 tiles, so you don't have to duck down. And they're currently in the Oasis.
Well, one of the oases. Because I often referred to as that one grass level in World 6 as an oasis as well.
Fair enough.
Look at that pair of pipes. That's kind of sad if you think about it.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I've had pipe setups like that before and have still gone in them just out of habit. Oh, the DLP is flying up above. And using the conveniently hidden P-switch to get down faster.
Oh, but there was a nipper waiting.
Ooh. And unfortunately, because Riot took a hit a minute ago, he's going to have to wait just a little bit longer for that shell to get out of there to be safe.
Ooh, Sledge is in the water. But no problem for DLP. Gets another hammer. And now we have the 10,000 coin pyramid.
And meanwhile, Arcade is in what effectively would be 2-4. Just a little bit south for the winner here.
Again with talking winter when we had the ice cubes fort earlier.
Arcade did really well to dodge right there.
Right to the face by DLP.
Oof. Oh!
Oh,
and
this is just cruel. Boss Bass at 2-1.
And then a flying Goomba to snipe him out of the sky.
That's cruel and unusual punishment. Oh, and it got munched!
Well, there's one for the belly counter.
Oh, DLP almost bought it there himself. Ooh, ArcadeRiot choosing to take some insurance.
Oh, that's one other thing about this. In this seed format, the toad houses actually don't despawn after you use them. So if you want to sit there and just keep piling on items, you're free to do so. It's going to cost you time, but you can do it.
Yeah, and ArcadeRiot being rewarded for it right there with a hammer suit.
And DLP is currently in, I believe that's the World 1 airship.
Yeah. Kind of superfluous with with getting that with that star.
Yep.
But no problem there. Kind of curious that ArcadeRiot actively chose to use the hammer suit right away.
I think he was looking for. I think he was planning on using it just to have a couple extra hits more than anything.
I mean, fair. But man, 5 minutes on this first world. That's quite the commitment. Let's see where we go next. Frog suit, and it's World 4.
Oh, Dust has a good point. Because of how the toad houses are randomized too, that could have been the one that gives the automatic hammer suit right there. So, if that's the case, he could have gone and gotten a couple of them for safekeeping. DLP in, I believe, 4-5, if I remember correctly.
Those diverging paths always are very tough to differentiate sometimes for me. No problem, though.
Oh, Arcade getting stun locked by the Sledge Bros.
Oh, and looks like a Hammer Bro was like, "Oh no, it's Mario! Run!"
He did not get paid enough for this.
And now we have 4-2.
Oh, and we see a slight graphical glitch. Kind of a...
Oh no! Oh. Poor ArcadeRiot right there.
That's painful to see. Alright, DLP's got the two forts to deal with, and Arcade accidentally falls into the pit.
Wait a second. This is
Hang on.
This is a World 4 fort in World 4.
Oh, that's a bit odd. Also, I just noticed that they still had the one tile gap right there, but then I remembered that's because they have the option to take the pipe for the secret section.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, and Arcade unfortunately getting sniped off screen and taking a game over.
Oh, that'll open up the lead even more for DLP. And the Donut Fort in World 4. Okay, game?
A little bit of French vanilla here.
Good job being elevated to grab the orb there to save time. Oh no! Takes a shot from a bullet bill.
Oh, that's disappointing. See, the worst part is this is going to be the point where Arcade's calm under pressure is going to be important here, because this is the kind of thing where you might start getting frustrated and making mistakes. So if he can remain calm, that can definitely help as well.
Yeah, because it's all about putting up a good time at this portion of the tournament.
Okay, at least Arcade's out of that one, so that's important.
And now we have the Cannon Gauntlet on DLP's side. One hit, two hit. Trying to get the fire finish, though. Looks like they get it.
Yep. And Arcade manages to take care of the Sledge Bro. Made good use of that frog suit.
Oh, ArcadeRiot almost getting munched again. One.
I'm gonna say 7.
Hey, it's 1.
And a cloud, too.
2 forts, though. And we have Navy. Rather handily done by DLP. Another boom boom down. And another one gone, and another one gone, and another boom boom dies to dust. No, that doesn't roll very well. You have every right to ridicule me for trying.
Hey, I made the stupid Nintendo Firepower joke earlier. I'm in no room to talk, so.
You're in every position to talk if you want. I'd say we're even now. Do hammers break blocks in this seed? That is yet to be determined. It could, but it also could. It probably couldn't.
Right. It makes me wonder if that other fort didn't break the lock. It makes me wonder if DLP would have tried for it, because I'm pretty sure he still has a hammer.
Oh, DLP getting P-speed on 1/6 and it being able to fly freely.
Ooh, a P-wing. That can be pretty useful.
Let's see now. I believe this is World 3 airship?
I think so.
It's either 3 or 2. Yeah, it's 3. Just from those thrusters.
Ooh, Arcade manages to take down, I believe that was Iggy, right? And DLP takes care of Larry. Looks like he tried to get the P-speed going to try for an off-screen grab, but he couldn't get it in time.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it there, too. I agree. Okay. 2 4, and 1. 7.
I'm gonna say 5. Hey, there we go. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be required climb up the tower though.
Oof.
Because if I remember correctly, I don't think the blue fortress can break open the bridge.
And meanwhile, it looks like this is 5-3? I think it's 5-3, yeah?
Yeah, that's 5-3. And Arcade manages to get the tower, or get the boom boom taken care of, so all he has to do is just advance down. So he's only about a half world behind at this point.
Yeah, it's largely going to depend on if DLP has any struggles. But I'd argue that DLP's been playing rather flawlessly so far today.
So far. Though we have to be careful because there is such a thing as the commentator's curse, so
this is very true.
We have to be a little careful there.
And we get the lava fort. Gotta be careful of those potaboos coming from up top.
Arcade picking up the sweet 5-up, which is honestly not a bad idea in Randomizer. If you could get a spare 5 lives, like 1 point in the run, that usually can be enough to keep you going for the entire seed.
Yeah, typically you need only do it get the bonus lives once. Anything after that, well, that's icing on the cake. Oh, it looked like that fort did not build the bridge, so this tower is indeed needed.
Now the question, the real mystery that we're never gonna know is where was that lock that that fort broke. Because unless Arcade decides to cloud over that fort, we'll never know.
There's a spot where Angry Sun could have caused some chaos.
Oh,
yeah. You see that middle screen right there on the tower?
Oh yeah, that could have been a problem. And it looks like Arcade's screen might be a little bit having a little bit of stream delay, but he's still going strong.
Yeah. Oh, it's right at the beginning. Ooh, and it's looking like this fort is required. I'm not entirely sure. Regardless, it's the carpet fort.
It looks like it might be. Unless, well, once again, it'd have to be a case of clouding it and then the hammer actually working. Otherwise, it looks like they'll have to skip it.
Oh, yeah,
or otherwise, they'll have to beat it.
You know, we still don't know if hammers work this time. A rather innocuous elevator. Oh! It could be the other fort on the ground there that's required.
Oh, yeah, and it looks like it is.
Wow.
Interesting. Again, DLP decided not to try with the hammer, though, just to test it.
Man, that's a heck of a forced draw if hammers are not required.
Ooh, Arcade manages to get through the top part of 5-3, so boss pass isn't a concern anymore.
Ooh, gonna maybe attempt that one cycle. No, missed the one cycle.
Oh, that was close too.
They looked like they hesitated quite a bit though.
Oh yeah, Dust has a good point. This stage also is frog friendly as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's 2 tiles. That little gap is 2 tiles tall instead of just 1. DLP on the way, but we'll have to play, one more stage. I didn't see a cloud in their inventory, so. But a cloud has been picked up at some point, because ArcadeRiot has one.
Yep. So depending on how this goes, that might end up, if Arcade decides to use it somewhere, that might actually turn the tide a little bit. Oh!
What the?
Riot takes a hit in the fort, but still manages to chug along. Okay, Dust says that he thinks that it was one of Peach's letters that gave a cloud.
That would make sense. Heavy Roy. 2 hits. Looks like it was just only 2 hits, though.
I think so. Oh, Arcade. I have no idea how that didn't kill him right there with the Koopa Troopa.
Yeah, between that and the Angry Sun.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
If you would like to hear the description of this week's movies, press 1. And looks like a mushroom from the letter there, and it's 6. I believe this is either 6-2 or 6-3, I believe.
I think 6-3?
And as you can see, this one is also frog friendly because there was a 2-block gap to do that first part.
Also, I gotta say, too, considering the fact that it had been confirmed that Mario 3 is a stage play that they perform, and the number of new items and power-ups that they have in this game, I feel like there was a little bit of embellishment on the storytelling aspect.
Let me dream, darn it. Meanwhile, we now have the underwater fort for DLP. Gets through it handily.
Not in World 8, though, so once again, invalid seed.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna freely admit I don't like those kinds of memes where a seed is invalidated for X, Y, or Z.
Fair enough. And DLP goes through the coin ship. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. I noticed that with DLPs, and I just noticed that again with arcades. I wonder why that had that 1 block missing on the H to get into that that gap. Like,
frog friendly, probably.
I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure Frog Mario can still break those blocks.
And it appears we have 1-1 now. Wait, I'm confused. Aren't we in World 6? Why are we seeing 1-1?
Hang on.
Could be because...
Wait, you've got a point. What's going on here?
Maybe this was a 2-4-6? That's the only reason I could come up with.
Frog friendly is also small Mario friendly. Oh, okay, so that's what it is. There was a missing... So it looked like there was a missing stage in World 1, and it just ended up over here. That's... Actually, I just had a thought. So if the stages are all randomized within their own world, does that mean we're not going to see any of the beta stages here?
I think so. But honestly, I think our runners are okay with that too, because that means they don't have to see Atlantis.
True. Oh, yep. Dust pointed out there were 2 forts in World 1, so that's why the extra stage ended up in here. Interesting.
And I do know we saw a 3-fort World 5 as well.
True. So we'll probably see something. We'll probably see a World 5 stage somewhere in the next couple worlds, or potentially.
Yeah, I think it's rather outlandish at this point now. Like, if there was going to be an extra level, it was going to be in World 6 because it has the 10 panels.
Calling it now, the last required stage in like World 8, ends up being 5-9.
Oh, here comes the pipe check. Let's see. Is this gonna take us to the promised land? Not quite.
Big question, once again, though, is going to be, is that fort going to be the one to unlock whatever to the castle? Or will there even be a lock at the castle?
Oh, looks like Arcade Riot shorted a jump right there.
Oh,
Most
that's rough.
unfortunate.
The fact that they have the fire chomps and stuff in here already makes this stage really difficult, but with the ice physics too, it's definitely a lot tougher than it looks.
Arcade Riot gets through it, though. Ooh, a rather uncharacteristic hit there against a Boom Boom for DLP. Alright, this has to be the pipe that takes us to the center, right? Yeah, there it is. Going P-Wing strats. And it's the World 2 airship, I believe. Ooh. Oh, Heavy Wendy. That's one hit. That's two. Takes a hit from the ring. There's 3. 4 hits. Ooh, that was a rough one, I feel.
I think that actually might have been a full 5 hits. And Arcade's going for the 6-9 clip jump.
At this point, he feels like he knows he's behind, and he just wants to put up that good time.
Oh, he almost had it.
Yeah, it looks like he's almost got it, but finally gives up to go in. That was a 5-hitter? Well, thank you for keeping me straight, chat. Music box for World 7. This is the time you want to see it.
Oh, yeah. So this is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. DLP doing pipe checks first before anything else. 2 locks. So that's not. That doesn't tell us much of anything. Looks like he's going to go back to do the fort.
Honestly, it's not a bad idea. Arcade getting another hammer.
And hey, it's that one place.
Oh, and there we go. There's the frog friendly kicking in right there.
It always feels weird to see a pipe just sticking out with no, not being attached to anything though.
And Arcade going with a P-Wing to go ahead and just clear 6-9 normally.
Oh, there's 6-10.
Oh man, the Angry Sun plus a Flying Goomba.
Plus that shell flying everywhere.
That is a rough combination right there.
That's a recipe for disaster if I've ever seen it. Oh,
7-2 with a Boss Bass.
Oh, you might want to stay up top right now, DLP, though, because if you stay up top, it won't spawn down below.
Thankfully, the tail lets him skip the big gap, which is important.
It's past everything, though.
Arcade gets another cloud. I'm gonna be honest, if I were him, I'd probably start using them.
Ooh, speaking of cloud, and a music box being used by DLP.
So... And I believe that's the World 6 airship now.
Yeah?
Able to fly over and avoid most of the problems down below.
High jumper Ludwig! 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits is it.
So if Ludwig's a high jumper, does that mean that he's an alto this time?
We're no longer even on the bad puns.
And Arcade is into the World 4 ship.
A wild Tanuki appears. Command, World 8. That's my command.
Let's go 3 bridges.
You're right. 3 bridges sounds right.
Aw, MIDI guy. Well, that's 1 for chat.
Well, chat is allowed a break for their bad puns, though.
Fair.
Because they'll make bad puns all they want because there's little repercussion for it all.
Good point, good point. Alright, DLP managing to go through the World 2 fort pretty easily, which is kind of nice.
And now we have Air Force on the Navy tile. No, it's Air Force on the Air Force tile. I'm keeping track, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, personally, I feel more stressed out playing the Air Force without the auto-scroller here.
Oh, I think that's applicable to any airship stage.
Like, you definitely get to go faster, but at the same time, the auto-scrolling kinda, like, acts a bit like a guide, in a way.
Ooh, bunch of stages on the hand bridge. Let's see if this one goes to the Dark Maze. It does.
And we see 1 lock.
So the answer is not 4, and it's the escalator.
And once again, another star right there.
Yeah, I can skip right through on the spikes. Oh! And a swag clip for our enjoyment.
I did not know that you could actually clip there.
Oh, but it looks like ArcadeRiot was trying to go for the shortcut in a World 3 stage and missed and gets nicked.
Oh, it looked like he almost jumped into the lava right there.
Looks like 6 Fort 1 did not do anything on the Dark Maze screen for DLP.
Yeah. Well, there's one of the hands. Let's see what kind of See, this is the downside to this as well, is that because their hands are going to be forced in World 8, that means you don't even get to rely on them for extra items early on.
Fire Flowers ain't shabby, though.
True.
That's guaranteed finish on Bowser if you make it that far. And there's 8-2. Ooh, that's rather smart right there, just firing off those 2 quick fireballs.
Alright, Arcade is into the airship for his world, so he's still fighting.
It's gonna basically come down to whether or not DLP can find the path rather quick.
Okay, Arcade, you know what? Kudos to Arcade for actually getting the 5-hit Earthquake Wendy while Small Mario. That is a level of stress beyond anything else.
Oh, that's the Super Tanks one.
And, okay, so Arcade finds Fort Knox. See, this is the nice thing about...
Oh, but the DLP's right at the end!
Oh, and it's -1. It's -1 bridge this time. Interesting.
-1?
They had one bridge, but it was behind the pipe that you come in on, so it doesn't actually matter.
Oh, and another swag clip from DLP!
Oh, I really thought he was about to get hit by the disco waffle there.
And here I thought -1 was just a meme. I bet you he gets this clip on the first try. You just wait. These are all warm-ups. You'll see. There
we go.
Oh. And provided nothing goes wrong here, DLP's gonna have this in hand. 35 fireballs is all it's gonna take right now, unless something goes wrong.
Meanwhile, Arcade's going for another item with a mushroom house.
And down goes Bowser. So, once again, ladies, gentlemen, and others, please get your GGs out for DLP316 as they take this second race. That official time, 34 minutes, 23 seconds.
That was a very, that was actually a very challenging seed for a good bit of it. And so the fact that the fact that DLP managed to get through with only 34 minutes is pretty good. And Arcade unfortunately takes a small hit with 7-8, but they can get used to that cloud.
Yeah, and he seems like he's fed up with doing certain stages. I wouldn't blame him for stuff like Piranha Alley.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of all the stages to end up with the frog suit on.
And he's gonna play it out? I wouldn't be shocked now if he takes a hit now.
Yeah, I think now would probably... I mean, I could see playing it out still, but... if I knew I had a P-Wing or something, or like a mushroom, I'd probably just take the hit now and try for flying over or just clipping.
Yeah, that's right, because this is one... it's this one you can fly over, not 7-1.
Yeah, I learned that one the hard way a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm just picturing that meme. Someone playing 7-1 versus someone playing this one. First time. You know the meme.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, take the ball. He finally says, "Oh, okay, let's just get past this one."
Valiant effort.
Oh. The only power up he has gives him a tail.
Wait, but wait, he has a P-Wing. He can fly over it. I don't think he's aware of that.
Or maybe he wants a different power up. Regardless, well, the star goes in down the drain. Yikes. Ooh.
And the spike cheap gets him.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's not aware.
Oh, that's a bit rough.
Come on, y'all. Let's make sure you cheer on Arcade Riot. Ooh, I almost got hit there. Must be taking some time to think. Oh, here we go again. It looks like he's gonna play it. Or... hard to tell what's going on here. It looks like, from all appearances, they have thrown in the towel, perhaps? We'll get verification on that, but regardless.
Yeah, it looks like they decided to... It looks like Arcade decided to drop, which, fair enough.
All right, let's hope it doesn't do things too terribly for their placement later on in the bracket stage. But meanwhile, we'd like to welcome in our winner of both races today, DLP316. Job well done.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
You were flying today.
Yeah, felt pretty good. There wasn't anything too crazy about the seeds other than a couple of 50-50s that could have gone my way, but I didn't die. I kept power-ups for a long time, did all the speed stuff that I normally do, so felt pretty good to get this first one out of the way.
So needless to say, you felt both seeds were great.
Yeah, I mean, the first seed, it would have been nice if hammers broke locks, but I never really felt behind just based on like how the worlds were laid out and the power-ups that I had. Like, you really couldn't get much more than what I was getting, maybe, you know, a couple clouds, but other than that, so the seeds felt pretty good.
So what do you think of this new flag set where everything is like shifted around in its own world?
Well, I'm actually the one that came up with them, so
Oh,
I think they're okay. I like the hammers might break locks just because it just adds a level of gambling to the game. But it's very interesting. In all my practice seeds, I tend to spend more time in World 7 in the second flag set just because you can get 7-1 or 7-6 right away, and you might not have a power-up, or 7-5. And then just the added that the forts aren't in their normal levels, so that spices it up too, because if they're in their normal spots, you know Fort Knox is coming up, or you know what fort, so you can kind of prepare, and this sort of makes it so you can't prepare for it. So
right,
but they're okay. Both
and we have ArcadeRiot91 in the chat as well. GG, man.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for calling the race too, guys. That was fun.
No problem. Looks like it looked a lot like you had just a rough go of it today.
Yeah, you know, I was actually pretty happy with the first one. I mean, that's probably the best I've ever done. I forgot to practice the first beta stage, so halfway through, I was like, "Oh crud, where the heck does this go?" So the second time was a little easier.
Yeah, and then the second race happened, and it came all crashing down.
Yeah, my goal is to just be in World 8 whenever DLP finished, because I mean I know he's one of the better runners at this, which I did the first race, and I'm barely into 7, so I was like, I'll just do a couple levels and then I'm done.
Well, putting aside your performance today, how did you feel about the seeds, Arcade?
They're fun. I just got used to the fire or the frog suit one, over the weekend, which was kind of fun. I got to use it on the 8 fortress. But no, they were a good mix and match of everything. I kept forgetting that the levels were going to be in the same world, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I'll be entirely honest. Like commentating the second seed, it probably took until the second world for me to mentally remember this is how it's always going to be. Because like usually whenever you see a stage in the same world, usually we joke about it being like French vanilla. So it really took a lot in me to not make that comment once I remembered that that's what we're supposed to be doing here.
Until we realized we saw 1-1 in World 6.
Yeah, that really threw us for a loop.
Yeah, if there's an extra fort, then the level obviously is gonna switch. There was actually one moment early on in that second seed. I think it was like the second level, 2-3. Luckily, I had a power up at the end 'cause I think there was a fire nipper on the final pipe, and it was like, wow, I'm really glad I had a power up
Yeah,
for this because that would have
yeah,
been
I think that was
awful.
I think that was 2-3.
Yep.
Yep, and I saw him shoot fire, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to take off. I think there's another race coming up. So thanks, guys, for the commentary and Arcade for the race. And keep an eye on things. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a
Yeah,
good
that's
one.
a good. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Coming up next, right after we're done here on Speed Gaming, so stay tuned. We will momentarily have Animus United versus Human Mustard. Death Icaros is on the call for that one. So, on behalf of everyone here, I'd like to thanks once again Speed Gaming for letting us on. Demon Battler for riding co-pilot for me, and everyone else behind the scenes. Once again, give all of our runners a follow if you've enjoyed everything. Join the Discord if you haven't already, and so that you can learn and play the randomizer. And don't forget to check out speedgaming.org for any new and upcoming events that are going on. On behalf of everyone behind the scenes, I'm the Crazy Dude, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.